Hi guys, welcome back. In this lesson we're going to look at a Bill Evans major 251 line. So you can play this line whenever you come across a 251 on a lead sheet or in a jazz standard. So I transcribed the line in the key of B flat major. So the chords are C minor 7, F7 and B flat major 7. So 2, 5 and 1. So I played that 251 with rootless voicings. If you're not sure what rootless voicings are, I'd highly recommend you go and check out the lesson on rootless voicings and also the rootless 251. So that'll explain how you can play these rootless 251s in all 12 keys. So you can actually play the one chord like this. So this has got the 7, the roots, the 3 and the 5. So the rootless one would be like this, it would be 7, 9, 3, 5. I do quite like the sound though of the sort of root rubbing against the 7. So you can choose whichever one you prefer. I quite like this one. So anyway, here's the line. Let me play it for you. So whenever you come across a line like this, you want to try and analyse the notes in terms of the scale degrees of the chord that you're playing them over. So with this line, it's pretty simple and straightforward. We can break down the notes into two categories. We have primary chord tones, which are 1, 3, 5 and 7, and we have extended chord tones, which are 9, 11 and 13. So if we look at the lick again, we can see that the primary chord tones have been highlighted in blue, and the extended chord tones have been highlighted in red. So now let's work through the line and let's make notes of what's extended and what's primary. So starting off on the C minor 7, we have D, F and A. So that's the 9, 11 and 13 of C minor. And then we hit D when we get to F7. So D is the 13th of F7. So all those notes are extended chord tones. So they're all very colourful sounding notes. So then when we get to F7, we hit the 13, then the 5, the 3, and the 1. So 5, 3, and 1 is pretty much the triad of F. F7 would have the flat 7 in there. So you can hear that those three tones, they sound very much inside the key because they are the primary tones. And so when we get to B flat major, we hit the 3rd of B flat major. So the 3rd and 7th are what are called guide tones. Guide tones basically give structure to a line. So if you aim for the 3rd and the 7th, it gives you a sort of point to aim at, and it brings your lines together and makes them sound more structured and cohesive. So we hit the 3 of B flat major 7, then we hit the 13, then we hit the 5, the 3, the 7, so 5, 3, 7, again they're all primary, then we hit the 9, which is extended, and then the roots. So once you've played that in the key of B flat major, I'd recommend that you take it round a few different keys. First of all, in the key of C major, that would be a nice easy one to go to. So we just move everything up a whole step. The 2, 5 and 1 chords are D minor 7, G7 and C major 7. So on the D minor, we need the 9, 11 and the 13. And then we hit the 13th of G7. And then 5, 3, 1. Then we hit the 3rd of C major. 13, 5, 3, 7, 9, 1. So those two will be classed as white keys because most of the notes we were playing were white notes. But we could take it into a black key. So a black key would be G flat major, for example. So the 2, 5 and 1 chords in G flat major would be A flat minor, D flat 7, and G flat major. So the line would be so we've got the 9, 11 and 13 of A flat minor 7, then we hit the 13th of D flat 7, then the 5, 3 root, then we hit the 3rd of G flat major, 3rd, 13, 5, 3, 7, 9 and 1. So you could take this lick around all 12 keys. It would be a good exercise, and it would help you to identify the different chord tones and extensions of each chord. But the best way to practice it is just to look out for 2-5-1 progressions in the jazz standards you're playing, and then just to apply this lick to it. So you need to remember the chord tones and the extended tones. So that's the sort of blueprint, if you will. So just look out for 2-5-1s and try and insert this lick or this line into the tunes that you're playing. If you do have any questions with that stuff, just drop it in the comment box below.